Parish in Michigan is fighting to protect its mission from a recently revised state law. Saint Joseph Parish requires all staff to uphold church teaching, including on gender, marriage, and sexuality. Last year, lawmakers in the State House expanded the civil rights law to prohibit discrimination of sexual orientation or gender identity. Thus far, Michigan has refused to make any accommodations for religious groups. We go now to Haun, Senior Counsel at the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty, which is representing Saint Joseph's Parish. Well, good to be with you. First off, talk to us about Saint Joseph's Parish in St. John's, Michigan. What role does it play in the community? And also, how is this recent change to state laws having an impact on the parish and also elementary school?
Yeah, thank you for that. Since 1857, St. Joseph Catholic Church has served the local Michigan community in St. John's. It's the area's only Catholic parish. It opened a school in 1924, and it provides children with an education that is rooted in the teachings and traditions of the church. And it allows all people, regardless of their faith, to attend Mass, and regularly opens its school and parish facilities for public use. And like religious institutions in Michigan and nationwide, it asks that those that come to its campus, whether that be the parish or the school, to uphold the Catholic environment, to uphold the religious institutions environment. That is now a problem in Michigan. Michigan expanded its understanding of anti-discrimination now to include sexual orientation and gender identity that would prohibit St. Joseph from upholding its Catholic identity on those issues whenever it does anything on its campus, whenever it employs someone, whenever it has facilities that are open to all, whenever it has its school be open to everyone. There's no dispute about this. The only dispute is whether the First Amendment has something to say, and it absolutely does. This is unconstitutional.
Well, how have state officials and the governor, Democrat Governor Gretchen Whitmer, responded to your request for an accommodation on religious grounds?
Well, they responded by simply not allowing any accommodations to this change in Michigan law whatsoever. The Michigan Civil Rights Commission passed a resolution when this law was being debated, saying that this change should be enacted without any amendments that would reduce scope or impact of the law. And the reason is clear. General Nessel told us, because she says that people who apply their religious teachings in these areas of employment, of education, of having open facilities, they're not religious heroes, they're bigots. And indeed, this change to Michigan law is the result of a 5-year effort in Michigan going after those who have sincere religious beliefs about marriage and sexuality. This is the culmination of that, and now the only question is, can St. Joseph's still run a Catholic parish? The First Amendment guarantees that the answer is yes.
What about church leaders in Michigan? Have they made any statements about this?
Absolutely. This has been already been produced multiple lawsuits, already had demonstrated kind of concern and disappointment about how this is going to affect ordinary religious ministries. I mean, the logic of what the district judge said, we're now on appeal, was that, well, if St. Joseph wants to uphold Catholic identity when it hires employees, for example, it can go to the Michigan Civil Rights Commission of Bureaucracy and ask permission at 5-year increments for every single employee, whether or not you can uphold Catholic identity as to that employee. Constitutional rights don't come with permission slips, and everyone should see the problem with that.
Well, before I let you go, can you give us an update of where things stand right now? I understand a lower court actually dismissed your case earlier this year. So what comes next?
We've now appealed the case to the middle court in the federal system, the Court of Appeals, and we'll be hearing from Michigan at the end of this month, and we expect oral argument in the early part of next year.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and we will continue to follow this case. Thank you.
Thank you very much.